I'm back in Los Angeles. I'm back in Los Angeles after being in Columbia, South Carolina. A couple days, I had to just relax. It's something about that sun and the eclipse, it like drains your energy. So basically I got back and Thursday, I slept like all day Thursday. So I'm back in the action. I'm here in my office, my home office that is. And let me show you some stuff. So basically this is where I edit video and I spent a lot of time here. I spent a whole lot of time here editing video. So I want to share something with you. Hopefully you can see me. Now I keep these with me, these tracks here. Now I have these tracks, right? And I kind of keep these with me here as a reminder of why I do what I do. Now, typically when you think of soul, when you think of street ministry, you think of giving out a bunch of tracts and flyers. Tracts are little pamphlets that you give to the unbelievers to convert them, to get them to come to Jesus. I don't use any of that. I believe the power of God, the Holy Spirit is enough tract, all you need to bring people to Jesus. So a lot of times I bring these with me and I have them in my office to remind myself of what it is that we're doing. It's the power of God that does it, not some piece of paper that you give him, not some pamphlet. Paul says, you be the living epistle. You be the tract. You be such a sign and a wonder. It draws them. Like you saw in the video in Columbia, South Carolina, when I was out with Sky and we just went up to people and they received Jesus. I touched the lady's hand. I think she was Indian. She touched her hand and she wanted Jesus. She felt something go through her body and she wanted that. So that's what you have the power to do today. Okay, so now it's time for a Q&A with Pastor Troy. Before I answer this question, this one was sent to me via Facebook. If you have any questions, email me, send it through Facebook, send it through YouTube. I'm accessible in a lot of different ways. Probably the easiest way is to just write a comment and I'll answer it. But okay, so this question is from a woman from Australia. Initials KS. I don't know if you want me to release your whole name, so I'm just gonna say initials KS. And her question is about relationships. How do you know who is the right man for you? And she's a woman, of course. Let me clarify that she's a woman. Does God give you a sign so that you don't make the wrong choice and end up down the path you will later regret? How can you tell when someone really loves you or is using you? Okay. So I'm going to answer this question because I see this a lot. Many men and many women get deceived because they like someone. They're physically attracted to someone, so they allow a lot of things to slide. Now, I'm a single guy, and the reason why I'm single is because I know the calling of my life. I know the purpose and plan for my life, and it's too precious to throw that all away for some woman. So God will send you help. He'll send you someone to assist you in the calling that's on your life. But you have to choose wisely because God has a plan for you and the devil has a plan for you. So one surefire way that you can know if someone is real or if they're faking or if they're just using flattery is what Jesus said. Matthew chapter 7. Now in this passage, he's referring to false prophets. But if it's in your life, a false prophet could be your spouse. So you can use the same principle. Now, Matthew 7 in verse 15, he says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So somebody might come to you and they're quoting the right scriptures and they look the way you like them to look, but inwardly they're not a child of God and they're faking it. How do you know? Verse 16, you shall know them by their fruits. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes and thorns, or figs or thistles? Verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Look, people can say all the right things, they can act a certain way, but if you look at their lives, what fruit are they bearing? What fruit? So look at these people's lives, not just how they look, and you got goosebumps because I'm joking, but I'm serious. Look at the fruit. That can save you years and decades of heartbreak and going down the wrong path for your life. You know, personally, I like to see how people react when things don't go right. Because this is how you know who people are. When we say you'll know them by the fruit, a lot of times looking at the outside of the fruit, you don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it tastes like. But when you squeeze it, when you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Because many times an orange and a grapefruit will look similar. Can't tell them apart. But when you squeeze it, the grapefruit juice is real bitter. And in many people's lives, when you squeeze them under situations, you find out what fruit they really have. Yeah, they look like it's orange juice on the outside, but on the inside it's bitter and it does not taste good. Why? Because it's a false fruit. Don't be deceived.